All things considered, September 2025 was a very interesting month when it comes to the GTA and Toronto real estate market. Really, we had a lot of mixed messages. For example, sales were actually up to the tune of 8%, while average prices continued to decline, in this case 4.5%. And new listings and active listings continue to increase, providing further pressure on the supply side of things. For active listings, nearly 19%. But what about when it comes to condos specifically? So in today's video, we're going to do a check-in of how condos are doing. And what we will find is a situation where prices continue to decline, terminations are up, but activity is actually occurring. Let me expand on that. Let's start with this. Here we have the figures for the GTA and Toronto real estate market at large. Let's focus on the condos for now. We see that for condo properties, the average sold price was $681,000 in the 416, $606,000 in the 905, and overall an average price of a condo was $655,000. On all three fronts, it represented a decrease, a decline of 3.8% for price, 5.4% for price in the 905, and then overall, everything considered, 4.3%. But we see that sales are up. Sales were up for condos. So more condos are actually selling, which led me to think, okay, how many listings are actually terminating, right? What is the termination looking like? And you know, as a Toronto realtor who works with buyers and sellers all the time on a daily basis, I have a pretty good grasp of things. I have my finger on the pulse, but I thought for the sake of this video and for the sake of keeping myself abreast of the situation, we take a look at the amount of terminations that are occurring. So let's just take a look at the last 7 days. At the time of recording this video, it is the first week of October, so it counts for the end of September to, you know, now the first couple of days of October. Really, we see GTA-wide condos, so not just the city of Toronto. In the last 7 days, there was a total of 460 sales with 462 sold conditional, meaning that the status is still conditional depending on further due diligences having to do with financing, inspection, or the status and the condominium documentation of the building. 595 price changes, so that's no surprise, but 785 terminations with a 612 expiry. Expiries are actually increasing ever so more. I'm not sure why expiries are higher than terminations. Usually, you know, when something's not working out, price is not working out, you're not getting showings, we terminate, you go with a different agent, or you continue with a different agent, you just price reduce and terminate, or you change plans, whatever it is. Termination is the right way to do it. Just letting it run out, I guess you can do that, but I'm not sure why people do that anyways. But that's GTA wide, right? Everything from, you know, King City to downtown waterfront to Scarborough to Oshawa to the west, the Peel region, Mississauga, Brampton, right? Let's take a look at downtown Toronto. Downtown Toronto, we see in the last 7 days, 153 terminations, 146 expiries, and 95 sales. So the ratios are a little bit better, I would have to say. I mean, doing quick math on the top of my head, I would have to say the ratios are slightly better, but still, of course, less sales, more terminations, more expiries, more suspensions, or price changes. We take that to North York, of course. North York, less of an active market. So only 30 sales relative to 54 terminations and 19 suspensions. And then Midtown, as you guys can see, a total of 26 sales in the last 7 days, with 36 expiries and 36 terminations. So believe it or not, compared to what we were looking at earlier in the year, for the perspective of sellers, this is actually, these figures are better. These are more optimistic figures. The numbers were much more dire earlier in the year, but still far away from even a moderate market, clearly in the depths of a buyer's market. But the fact that sales are occurring and terminations, although high, are still kind of declining, shows me that absorption is occurring. And as an example, we have all the terminations that happened in the last 5 days, right? In total of 91 in downtown alone in the last 5 days. And a lot of these examples don't surprise me. For example, 218 Queens Quay Unit 402. Simply when we saw with our client, this is one I have an in-person experience with, you know, the views are simply not there to be had. Something like 585 Bloor Street Unit 4121, this at $1,030,000, was simply way too overpriced. The fact that now it has terminated does not surprise me. It was on market for 188 days. This unit in 55 Mercer, Unit 4102, once again, does not surprise me. 1.2 nearly, asking for 1.2 for something that's in the mid 800s in terms of square footage, and really 3 bedrooms cramped in my opinion, right? The floor plan is okay, Nonetheless, though, like, you know, it's definitely leaves a lot to be desired in terms of space. You have decent views, but this is nowhere near 1.2 worthy. I see $1.2 million units. I see $3 million units. I see $500,000 units. I can tell you that in today's market, you can do much better than this for 1.2, especially considering the quality of building, or lack thereof, that 55 Mercer offers. And even a building I love, 28 Linden, a building I've made many videos on. I love the building. I really cherish the building. I know the people on the board. $1.5 million for this building is too much. I mean, this is a very low-key, down-to-earth, A+ building in my opinion, but the sales history in this building does not justify $1.5 million. It's an impressive unit, livable, functional, 1,200 square feet. But for 1,200 square feet, you cannot sell it for 1.5 for a building that historically has sold just around $1,000 per square foot or less. But I have to keep emphasizing, I love 28 Linden. It's an amazing building. It's just, they weren't in this realm when they were asking for 1.5 for this unit. And we do see this overpricing still happen to this day. And the best way to beat the market as a seller is to price your property well. I'm working with sellers as well. I don't just purely work with buyers, right? When I work with sellers, we give them options. Okay, this is the pricing to maximize returns, but risk being on market for a little bit longer than you would like. And these are the pricing to maybe not so maximize returns, get a fair price. You're not giving it away for free, but at the same time, get it done fast. And it seems as if a lot of sellers are not being provided those options. Anyways, that is it for another video. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you have any buying, selling, leasing inquiries. The link to get in touch with me is in the description. No one knows the Toronto condo market better than I do. Get in touch. Thank you.